Okay, this is gonna be hard.
So I'm gonna just keep it recording. No, but you're there. I need to get everyone else. All right, big family photo time, guys. We got Altivo. We got Sleepy Boy.
Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm a normal girl. Thank you so much, everyone who's coming back, and a special welcome to everyone who is here for the first time. If you are here for the first time, maybe check out my other videos first. This one might be a little boring and a little off-brand. Nonetheless, today I wanted to take a little bit of a break from the 2 videos that I've already posted and the sort of content that I'm generally going to be producing, and I just wanted to do a little introduction to my ferrets and who they are and sort of a little bit about them. Obviously, my channel is very pet-centered, so I feel like this sort of video is definitely overdue. I mean, well, maybe not. I've only put out 2 videos. So it is, as of right now, due. So without further ado, no one's gonna watch this channel anymore. Let's get into it, and I'm gonna start off, let's go. So this is Luna. I kind of caught her at a perfect moment because she just woke up from a nap. She is the first ferret that I have ever had. She is 3 years old as of right now. Her birthday is on September 26th, so she's turning 4 this year. I promise she's not dead. She's just very tired. It's the middle of the afternoon, which is sleepy time for ferrets. Her adoption story is a little complicated, I guess. So essentially, I was working at this restaurant at the time, for which I will not give the real name. And I had a coworker, and she had a ferret named Tulio, whom we shall introduce later. Our other coworker decided that she wanted to get a ferret. So she made, in my opinion, a bit of an impulse purchase on a ferret. It's Luna. And she brought her home, and a couple months later, she decided that ferrets were not for her and she didn't want to keep Luna. At the time I was living in my university's residence, so I couldn't take a ferret in, but thankfully my other coworker who had Tulio was a wonderful person and said, you know what, I will take this ferret from you, I'll foster it, and I'll get it a new home. And I had wanted a ferret since I was a little kid. I think that they are so cute and so fun. My neighbor used to have a ferret, and they would walk it with a little harness down the street, and I was like 7 years old, so I was like, that's the coolest thing in the entire world. So I was living in my university's residence at the time, so obviously I couldn't take home a ferret, but I was planning to move in a couple months. So I said, hey, I'll take this ferret off your hands, por favor. Just give me a few months to move. I brought her home once I had moved into my new place, and she's been living with me ever since. Aww. Funny little plot twist to that story, I ended up moving from the new place into my current home now, which is the home of my coworker who fostered Luna. So I ended up taking her from here, and then she just ended up back in her foster home again with her foster brother. Luna came with her name. It was the name her previous owner gave her. I don't know if I would have named her that, but it just fits her. You know when you have an animal that has a name and you're like, yeah, that's their name. But we normally don't actually call her Luna. I call her Lulu, Loony, Lucifer, Trouble. Sometimes I call her Loaf. Not really sure where that one came from. Or Toast, because she's a little piece of burnt toast. She's getting a little squirmy right now. Maybe she has to go to the bathroom. Give her her potty break. I did wake her up from a nap. You have to go potty? She's just chilling. Luna? Ah, she's going for the litter box. I know my ferret, okay? Oh, no, she's going for this litter box now. Okay, well, do you want to come sit and do this video then, if you don't have to go to the bathroom? She's back. Well, welcome back. How was your journey through the living room? I hope it was wonderful. All right, well, I guess we're just gonna keep going here, and she's just gonna be squirmy, because that's how she normally actually acts. As far as Luna's personality goes, she's definitely one of our more energetic ferrets. It's maybe just because she's younger, she's only 3. So she's the one that's normally bouncing around and duking like crazy in the morning. A weird thing about Luna is she's also like extremely bonded to only a few people. Really, it's just me and my roommate / her previous foster mom. She really does not enjoy the company of strangers. Okay, I guess she's going down. If strangers try and pick her up, especially strangers who don't know how to hold a ferret, She unfortunately will bite, so we just know she's the type to be more around a couple select groups of people. But with those select groups of people, she is so attached and bonded, and she follows me around the house pretty much constantly. So yeah, she is a really great ferret. She just is very much a 1 or 2 person ferret. Her favorite toys are blankets and our little digging rice box, and her favorite food of all time is turkey. Anytime it's turkey for dinner, she is rearing and ready to go, let me tell you. Yeah, so that's a little bit about Luna. And here is my special girl. Just like Luna, she has just woken up. This is Nova. She is the second ferret that I adopted. She's 4 years old, and her birthday, not super sure when it actually is, but April 30th is the day that I adopted her when she was around 2, so we just say April 30th. Nova is a little bit more of an interesting ferret. She has insulinoma, which if you don't know is actually a pretty common illness in ferrets, which is just due to poor breeding. Marshall Farms is awful, don't support them. Basically what insulinoma is it's a cancer of the pancreas, and because of that she has super low blood sugar. So to counter the super low blood sugar, she's just given medication twice every day, and that just keeps her blood sugar levels up. Unfortunately, it won't stop the cancer. It's just something that she's gonna have to live with for her whole life. Eventually, I do want to do a video on insulinoma ferret care, just because I think it's something that I haven't personally been able to find a lot of, especially on YouTube. And I think it's useful information for anyone to know, because it's so often that these little guys end up with it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to give you a good sleeping position here. Along with having insulinoma, because the universe just wanted to curse Nova, she is also completely deaf. Now, we actually didn't know that she was deaf until recently. I had always sort of suspected that she didn't hear as well as other ferrets, but it wasn't until I heard other ferret owners with deaf ferrets talking about how their ferrets act that I realized, oh wow, that's Nova. Basically, she doesn't really respond to noise like the other ferrets do. The other day, I was cooking and the fire alarm went off and all of the other ferrets went running, and she just kind of sat there like, what? Did I miss something? Also, when she's playing with the other ferrets, especially with our younger ferret, Altivo, she's very vocal and loud, and it's just because she doesn't understand that she's making noise, so she does a lot of like squeaking and crying because she doesn't know that she's screaming.
Sometimes she screams and doesn't realize she's screaming.
I love you. I don't want to kiss you too much, I got lipstick on. Now, as far as how I ended up with Nova, I adopted her about 2 months after I got Luna. Having a lone ferret really isn't that good of an idea. So if you have a lone ferret, I really strongly recommend possibly looking to adopt another ferret, because they are such social creatures, and you can give your ferret so much love and attention, but they really do need a buddy. So I adopted Nova off Kijiji. It's basically Canadian Craigslist for those who don't know. She was being rehomed by 2 lovely girls who just didn't have enough money to take care of her, and I really respect them for it. I think it takes a very reasonable and responsible pet owner to recognize that it's better for your pet to not be with you. And I am so glad to have this little girl. She is like, oh, I could go on a long tangent about how much this ferret means to me. She's like the best part of my day. No offense, Luna, I love you too. Luna's also the best part of my day. I love her a lot. Her original name was not actually Nova. The name that she came with was Ninja, and I didn't really enjoy that name, so it's kind of nice that she was deaf, because being renamed really doesn't matter to her that much. I ended up renaming her Nova, so I had Luna and Nova, and I think most people think that their names are just, oh, space, and they sort of are, but I actually named them after this anime I really like called Space Patrol Luluko, because Luna came with her name and I call her Lulu all the time. She was named after the protagonist, and Nova was named after the love interest of the protagonist called Alpha Omega Nova. It's a good anime. You should go watch it. Nicknames for Nova, because of her insulinoma, I call her Insulinova sometimes. That's just when I feel like being mean, though. She doesn't really have as many nicknames as Luna. I kind of just default to calling her like beautiful, lovely, the best thing that's ever happened to me, Miss Wonderful, you know, stuff like that. Personality-wise, Nova is super affectionate. She loves to just like snuggle on the couch and kiss you, and she'll trade. If you scratch her, she's just like, oh yes, you can see that. Look at that happy little ferret. Nova's favorite toys are plush toys and just like anything that she can stash. She loves to hoard things. Luna doesn't do that too much, but Nova has a few places throughout our house that just all the toys go to, and the second that one of the toys is not in that place, she gets very mad and she has to go on a hunt to find it. So anything that she can stash, she really likes. And Nova's favorite food, I'm sorry if this upsets anyone, but her favorite food is rabbit. But she was recently introduced to pork, and she really seems to like that as well. That's Nova. And last but not least, I have my roommate's 2 ferrets. I already talked about Tulio a little bit. He is the first ferret that my roommate owned back when she was fostering Luna. He's about 3 years old, so the same age as Luna. And Tivo, who normally has a lot of energy, anyone who watched my last video, he was very highlighted in that video. You did. Altivo is her new ferret. She got him a month ago, I think. You know, when we brought him home, he was like half the size of Tulio, but I honestly think he's gonna grow to be even bigger. I don't have much to say about these guys, but they're both good boys. I love them a lot. Tivo's a very good boy. Tulio likes to get into trouble, but they are equally my sons as much as Luna and Nova are my daughters. So, okay. I think Tivo needs to go back to bed. Now a little bit about what our ferrets eat. We feed our ferrets these carnivora whole animal grinds, so these are the duck ones. We only recently switched our ferrets to the raw diet in the last couple months. I'm not going to talk too much about the benefits of it, but if you are curious about the raw diet versus the kibble diet, I will have links below to my friend Bryn's channel. I really strongly recommend going raw for any ferret owners out there.
Hello?
Nova, she just climbed up my leg.
She says, oh yes, I like this.
Can I help you? Did you just want to say hi? So I hope you were able to learn a little bit about my ferrets through this video. I had no reason to make this video. I just wanted you guys to have context for who my ferrets were and a little bit about them. Also, no, I'm not filming this video the same day as my last one. I just only own 1 shirt. I don't know how to end this. See you next week, bye! Oh, she's giving you little kisses. You're such a good big sister. I'm so proud of you.